Welcome back to News and AI for the Humanities. I'm Megan McInnes Dominguez, Associate Professor of Spanish at the University of Delaware. And in today's episode, we're exploring groundbreaking developments at the intersection of artificial intelligence, creativity, culture, and human knowledge. As AI technologies accelerate at an unprecedented pace, transforming every sector from industry and academia to everyday communication, humanities scholars and students are uniquely positioned to interpret, critique, and contextualize these innovations. Our exploration will range broadly, beginning with the economic and ethical complexities of OpenAI's introduction of high-end AI agents priced as elite employees. We'll analyze how such moves redefine labor, expertise, and equity in an increasingly AI-driven economy. From there, we'll navigate through recent advancements, including OpenAI's GPT 4.5, GPT 4.0's enhanced multimodal capabilities, such as advanced image generation and improved audio transcription, Anthropic Claude Sonnet hybrid reasoning model, and Meta's Standalone AI app. Each of these innovations poses critical questions for humanities scholars about authorship, creativity, as well as critical inquiry. Additionally, we'll dive into emerging geopolitical tensions surrounding AI technologies, highlighted by Manus, China's autonomous AI agent, and the US government's restrictions on Chinese AI models. These developments force us to reconsider issues of intellectual sovereignty, national identity, and digital ethics. We'll also examine major shifts in daily use tools, such as Google's conversational search mode, Gemini's 2.5's advanced multimodal reasoning capabilities, 11 Labs' speech-to-text breakthrough, Zoom's AI-enhanced productivity suite, and Microsoft's proprietary AI advancements. Each of these tools promises increased productivity, but challenges our understanding of human collaboration, linguistic diversity, accessibility, and digital authenticity. As humanities educators, researchers, and advocates, our role is not merely to observe these developments, but to actively shape conversations around their ethical use, implications for human diversity, and their potential impact on cultural richness and critical thought. With that framework in mind, join me as we thoughtfully unpack these recent developments, which are many, reflect on their broader implications, and illuminate pathways forward for the humanities in an AI-centric world. So let's get started. Let's begin with a story that's raising eyebrows in both the tech and academic worlds. OpenAI's plans to launch premium AI agents with eye-popping price tags, essentially offering high-end AI employees on a subscription basis. OpenAI is introducing 3 tiers of specialized AI agents targeted at different professional levels, from business assistants to PhD-level experts, with fees ranging from $2,000 up to $20,000 per month. This hefty cost, comparable to a senior executive's salary, underscores that OpenAI is betting enterprises will pay for AI that can significantly boost productivity. Notably, investor SoftBank has reportedly committed $3 billion to these agent programs for 2025, signaling strong confidence in their value. Wilson pointed out that CEO Sam Altman had predicted AI agents would start joining the workforce in 2025, and now it's quickly becoming a reality. And while OpenAI targets the top of the market with elite AI agents, it's also refining its core model. The company has launched GPT 4.5, its latest language model that builds on GPT-4 with improved writing skills, updated world knowledge, and a more refined conversational interface. The new model boasts a more human feel and interactions. GPT 4.5 offers superior writing skills, updated world knowledge, as I said, and refined conversational interface that makes interactions feel more human-like. One of the key advancements is a significantly reduced hallucination rate, making the model less prone to generating incorrect or misleading information. This improvement not only bolsters trust, but also makes GPT 4.5 more suitable for critical applications, such as research and professional communication. Available initially as a research preview for ChatGPT Pro users, GPT 4.5 is poised for a broader rollout in the coming weeks. However, its enhanced performance comes with a substantial increase in API pricing compared to previous models. This is quite an increase. Despite this, GPT 4.5 is seen as a crucial milestone, a stepping stone toward even more advanced hybrid models that may one day seamlessly integrate deep reasoning with conversational fluency. Its development underscores OpenAI's commitment to not just pushing the limits of technical expertise, but also making AI interactions more natural and reliable. OpenAI's launch of GPT 4.5, with its enhanced writing abilities, up to date world knowledge, and more human like conversational tone, carries major implications for the humanities. The model's reduced hallucination rate increases its potential as research and a writing assistant, raising new questions about authorship, academic integrity, and the evolving definition of intellectual labor. As GPT 4.5 becomes more accurate and accessible, yet also more expensive, it sharpens the divide between those with institutional or financial access to advanced AI tools and those without, reinforcing systematic inequities in knowledge production. At the same time, its more relatable style blurs the lines between human and machine communication, pushing humanities scholars to examine how language, empathy, and persuasion are being redefined in the digital age. This shift presents both a challenge and an opportunity to critically assess how such tools shape discourse and to ensure that humanistic values remain central to how we interact with and deploy AI. But what if you could see what AI imagines? OpenAI is now giving Plus or $20 a month users access to Sora's video generation tool, though with some strings attached. OpenAI has announced that during the holiday season, all ChatGPT Plus subscribers will receive unlimited access to its AI video generation tool, Sora, through the relaxed queue. This initiative leverages reduced GPU usage during late December, as noted by OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. The relaxed queue allows for unlimited video generation, but with potentially longer processing times compared to the priority queue available to Pro or $200 a month subscribers. This setup enables broader access without overloading system resources. So, ChatGPT Plus, or $20 a month subscribers, are typically given access to 50 video generations per month, with videos up to 720p resolution and 10 seconds in length. The $200 a month subscribers have unlimited video generations, faster processing, videos up to 1080p resolution and 20 seconds in length, with additional features like watermark-free downloads. And so, regarding video resolution and duration, they're limited to 480p for 10-second videos and 720p for 5-second videos for Plus users during this month. The restrictions include the prohibition from animating images of people, whether real or AI generated, to prevent misuse and to address ethical concerns. This temporary access to Sora presents humanities scholars with an opportunity to explore AI-generated video content, facilitating experimentation with digital storytelling and visual narratives. However, the imposed limitations on resolution, duration, and content, particularly the restriction on animating human figures, may influence the scope and nature of projects undertaken. Moreover, the ephemeral nature of this promotion highlights considerations regarding the sustainability and long-term accessibility of such tools for ongoing research and creative endeavors in the humanities. OpenAI has recently integrated advanced image generation capabilities into ChatGPT through its GPT-4o model. This enhancement allows users across various subscription tiers, including Free, Plus, Pro, and Team, to generate images directly within the ChatGPT interface. The free tier's usage limits align with those previously set for DALL-E. Those specific numbers may vary based on demand. GPT-4o, described as an omnimodal model capable of generating text, images, audio, and video, brings notable improvements in image generation. One significant advancement is in binding, which ensures correct relationships between attributes and objects within an image. For example, earlier models might confuse colors and shapes when rendering multiple items, but GPT-4o can accurately bind attributes for 15 to 20 objects without confusion. Additionally, text rendering within images has improved, reducing errors and enhancing the coherence of generated text. The integration of GPT-4o's image generation into ChatGPT offers several potential benefits for the humanities, such as enhanced visual content creation. Scholars and educators can generate accurate and detailed visual representations to support research, teaching, and presentations, facilitating better communication of complex ideas. Improved accessibility. The ability to produce coherent text within images can aid in creating accessible educational materials, benefiting individuals with visual or learning disabilities. Interdisciplinary research opportunities. The multimodal capabilities of GPT-4o encourage collaboration between fields such as art, literature, and technology, fostering innovative approaches to humanities research. However, it's essential to consider ethical implications, including the potential for misuse and the need to respect intellectual property rights when using AI-generated content in the humanities. From image to voice, OpenAI's updates continue with a major leap in audio capabilities. It has released 3 new AI voice models: GPT-4o Transcribe, GPT-4o Mini Transcribe, and GPT-4o Mini TTF, allowing developers to quickly integrate advanced speech-to-text and text-to-speech capabilities into their apps. These models significantly improve transcription accuracy, achieving as low as 2.46% error rates in English, manage noisy environments better, and support customizable vocal styles and emotional nuances. OpenAI's approach makes real-time, natural voice interactions possible through straightforward API integration, greatly simplifying voice app development. The new voice models are already seeing industry adoption in customer support, automation, and other interactive scenarios. Through competition from other specialized AI voice companies, it does remain strong. These developments have important implications for humanities education and research. Firstly, the ability to accurately transcribe and synthesize speech in multiple languages with nuanced emotional and tonal variations opens new possibilities for language instruction, accessibility, including subtitling and audio descriptions, and preservation of oral history and cultural narratives. Additionally, customizable voices allow for richer engagement with literature, history, or philosophy through dynamic audio content and storytelling. This technology also facilitates more natural interactions with AI, potentially transforming humanities research by simplifying the collection, transcription, and analysis of interviews, archival audio, and qualitative data. However, as voice models become increasingly sophisticated, humanities scholars must engage critically with issues of authenticity, representation, ethical use, and the societal implications of AI-generated speech and emotional expression. Now moving on to Google. Google is revamping how we search and how we think about search itself. Google launched an experimental AI mode for Google Search, effectively a conversational search experience that represents the next phase of AI integration into search. AI mode uses Google's latest Gemini 2.0 model to turn a normal query into an interactive dialogue within the search engine. For example, instead of just showing links, AI mode can assemble a detailed answer using a technique called query fan-out to search multiple sources simultaneously and provide sources alongside the AI-generated response. Users can even ask follow-up questions within the same session. with the system retaining context, making the experience feel like chatting with a knowledgeable assistant. Additionally, Google upgraded its AI overviews, which are the summary boxes at the top of search results, to handle trickier queries such as coding problems, advanced math, or multimodal questions. Importantly, Google is expanding access to these features, opening them to teen users and dropping the sign-in requirement, amid pressure from competitors like ChatGPT and Bing Chat. While still experimental and currently available for Google One premium subscribers, AI Mode offers a preview of a search experience that could combine the familiarity of traditional search with the depth of an AI assistant. Google's rollout of AI Mode in search, powered by its Gemini 2.0 model, signals a profound shift in how knowledge is accessed and interpreted, one with major implications for the humanities. By transforming search from a list of links into conversational, context-aware dialogue, AI Mode redefines the act of inquiry itself, traditionally a cornerstone of humanistic study. This shift raises questions about authority, source transparency, and critical thinking. When an AI assistant synthesizes information into a polished answer, will users still be encouraged to evaluate sources, question bias, or consider multiple perspectives? For educators in the humanities, this change presents both a challenge and an opportunity to teach students not just how to search, but how to critically engage with AI-mediated knowledge. As these tools become more accessible, especially to younger users, the need for digital literacy rooted in humanistic inquiry becomes all the more urgent. Google has also just unveiled Gemini 2.5, its most advanced AI model to date, designed to address increasingly complex problems. The inaugural release, Gemini 2.5 Pro Experimental, showcases significant enhancements in reasoning, understanding, and coding capabilities. Some of the key features of Gemini 2.5 Pro Experimental include enhanced reasoning and understanding. The model demonstrates improved comprehension and problem-solving abilities, enabling it to tackle intricate tasks across various domains. Superior coding performance. Gemini 2.5 Pro Experimental exceeds in coding-related tasks, offering developers a more powerful tool for code generation and analysis. It has an expanded context window of 2 million tokens, so the model can process and analyze extensive amounts of information, facilitating more comprehensive responses. It also has multimodal capabilities. The model supports multimodal input, allowing it to interpret and generate content across different formats, including text, images, and audio. So the introduction of Gemini 2.5 holds profound implications for the humanities, offering tools that can revolutionize research, analysis, and creative processes. For example, one of the things that it can help with is advanced textual analysis. Scholars can leverage the model's enhanced understanding to perform in-depth analysis of literary texts, historical documents, and philosophical works, uncovering nuanced interpretations and insights. Language translation and preservation. Gemini 2.5's multimodal capabilities can aid in translating ancient manuscripts and preserving endangered languages, contributing to cultural preservation and accessibility. Creative content generation. Writers and artists can collaborate with the AI to generate innovative narratives, poetry, and visual art, exploring new frontiers in creative expression. Interdisciplinary research. The model's ability to process vast amounts of information enables scholars to draw connections across disciplines, fostering interdisciplinary studies and a more holistic understanding of complex subjects. By integrating Gemini 2.5 into humanities research and practice, academics and practitioners can enhance their methodologies, uncover new perspectives, and push the boundaries of traditional scholarship. Google's AGI ambitions are also making headlines, this time for their human cost. In a candid internal memo, Google co-founder Sergey Brin urged employees to work at least 60 hours per week, and in some cases up to 120 hours, to turbocharge the company's race toward artificial general intelligence. Brin argued that despite having ingredients to lead the AGI race, Google needs to ramp up its efforts by increasing in-office presence and productivity, even as high-pressure work cultures raise concerns about employee well-being. Brin's call for extended work hours underscores the immense pressures and high stakes in the race for AGI, or artificial general intelligence. His internal push for Google employees to work up to 120 hours per week in pursuit of artificial general intelligence highlights the intense, almost existential urgency driving the tech industry's AI ambitions, and presents critical concerns for the humanities. The race toward AGI, framed as a competitive necessity rather than a reflective process, foregrounds a worldview that prioritizes acceleration and dominance over ethical deliberation, human well-being, or cultural impact. Humanities scholars are well positioned to interrogate this mindset, raising questions about the values embedded in technological development, the cost of progress, and the narratives of inevitability that drive such extreme demands. Brin's memo serves as a reminder of the need for humanistic critique. Who defines the goals of AGI? Who bears the burden of its pursuit? And what is sacrificed in the name of innovation? The humanities must remain a counterbalance to this relentless momentum, advocating for humane, inclusive, and ethically grounded approaches to technological features. That's not the only upgrade coming out of Google. New tools are being introduced for collaboration and creativity. The company has recently introduced two significant features in its AI assistant, aimed at enhancing user collaboration and creativity. The first is Canvas. This interactive workspace within Gemini allows users to create, edit, and share documents and code in real time. By selecting Canvas in the prompt bar, users can initiate a collaborative environment where they can draft content and receive immediate feedback from Gemini. For instance, when writing a speech, users can highlight specific sections and request adjustments in tone or length, facilitating a dynamic and efficient editing process. It also now has an audio overview. Building upon the audio overview feature initially produced in Google's Notebook LM, this functionality transforms documents, slides, and reports into engaging podcast-style audio discussions. Gemini generates a conversation between two AI hosts who summarize the material, draw connections between topics, and provide unique insights. This feature is particularly beneficial for users seeking to comprehend complex information through an auditory format, making it accessible even on the go. The integration of AI-driven tools like Canvas and Audio Overview into collaborative and creative processes has profound implications for the humanities, such as revolutionizing research and collaboration. Canvas's real-time editing capabilities can transform traditional research methodologies. Scholars can co-create and refine academic work more efficiently, fostering interdisciplinary collaborations and enabling the development of digital humanities projects that were previously challenging to execute. It also enhances accessibility and engagement. Audio Overview offers an alternative medium for engaging with textual content, which is particularly advantageous for individuals with visual impairments or those who prefer auditory learning. By converting written documents into conversational audio formats, this feature promotes inclusivity and caters to diverse learning preferences within the humanities. This also then allows us to explore new pedagogical approaches. The ability to transform complex texts into podcast-style discussions encourages educators and students to explore oral traditions and the auditory dimensions of cultural studies. This can lead to the innovative teaching methods and a deeper appreciation of the spoken word, enriching the educational experience in humanistic disciplines. In summary, Google's Canvas and audio overview features not only enhance the functionality of Gemini AI Assistant, but also offer new avenues for collaboration, accessibility, and pedagogical innovation within the humanities. But all of these innovations rely on one controversial foundation: access to copyrighted materials. OpenAI and Google have jointly urged the US government to permit AI training on copyrighted materials under fair use provisions. OpenAI emphasizes that such access is crucial for maintaining the United States' competitive edge in AI development, particularly against nations like China, where developers may have unrestricted data access. Google supports this stance, highlighting that fair use exceptions are essential to avoid complex and prolonged negotiations with content owners, thereby facilitating efficient AI model development. OpenAI and Google's joint appeal to the US government to allow AI training on copyrighted material carries significant implications for the humanities, particularly around authorship, cultural production, and intellectual property. By framing unrestricted data access as a matter of national competitiveness, these companies sideline long standing humanistic concerns about creative ownership, consent, and the ethical treatment of cultural artifacts. This stance risks commodifying artistic and scholarly work, often produced in fragile economic ecosystems, by folding it into datasets without transparent compensation or acknowledgement. Humanities scholars must interrogate the consequences of normalizing the unregulated use of copyrighted content, questioning who benefits, who is erased, and how power is distributed in the emerging knowledge economy. The debate underscores the urgent need for interdisciplinary frameworks that balance technological innovation with cultural and ethical accountability. Let's move from copyright to cognition with a hybrid model designed for deep reasoning. Anthropic, which did not participate with OpenAI and Gemini in the appeal to the government about regulation, has introduced Claude 3.7 Sonnet, heralded as the world's first hybrid AI model that marries traditional transformer architecture with advanced reasoning capabilities. Sonnet is designed to switch between rapid, surface level responses and an extended chain of thought mode for tackling more complex tasks. This extended reasoning mode is available for paid users, allowing the model to generate detailed explanations and break down problems step by step, an approach that is proven particularly useful for coding tasks such as front-end web development and debugging. In tandem with Claude Code, this hybrid model aims to streamline software engineering workflows by automating not only code generation, but also iterative problem solving and optimization. While many users have praised Sonnet for its ability to deliver nuanced, thoughtful answers, some have noted that its reasoning capabilities can sometimes overreach or introduce unintended challenges when a simpler response is preferred. This mixed feedback has led several users to revert to earlier versions for certain applications. Nonetheless, the launch of Claude 3.7 Sonnet represents a significant innovation in AI by combining the best of both worlds: the speed of a traditional transformer and the depth of a reasoning engine. Anthropic's launch of Claude 3.7 Sonnet that offers responses with extended reasoning capabilities presents both opportunities and challenges for the humanities. On the one hand, its chain of thought mode could assist in breaking down complex texts, analyzing arguments, or facilitating step by step interpretive work, offering new tools for research and pedagogy in literature, philosophy, and cultural studies. On the other, the model's tendency to overreach and generate overly complex or altered interpretations raises concerns about fidelity, nuance, and the limits of machine reasoning in disciplines that value ambiguity and multiplicity. As AI systems increasingly offer detailed, seemingly authoritative responses, humanities scholars must remain critical of how these tools mediate meaning, shape discourse, and potentially flatten diverse interpretive frameworks. Claude 3.7 Sonnet invites us to reconsider the balance between analytical rigor and interpretive openness, and to question how reasoning itself is defined and operationalized in AI assisted intellectual work. Claude is also getting a real time intelligence upgrade. Anthropic announced that its AI assistant, Claude, now has real time web search capabilities. Finally, enabling it to access and synthesize the latest online information. This addresses a significant limitation compared to OpenAI's ChatGPT or Google's Gemini, enhancing Claude's accuracy and relevance. The feature, initially available to paid US users, includes direct citations to mitigate misinformation concerns. The new functionality significantly improves Claude's value in enterprise settings by streamlining workflows, particularly in tasks like market analysis, industry research, and investment decisions. Behind these improvements is advanced technical infrastructure designed for efficiency and scalability, including enhanced API performance and developer collaboration tools. Anthropic's launch aligns strategically with recent major investments, like 3.5 billion in Series E funding, positioning the company strongly against OpenAI. Additionally, Anthropic continues emphasizing responsible AI development, advocating transparency and regulatory discussions. Future developments, such as integrating voice interaction, indicate Anthropic's ambition to evolve Claude into an indispensable digital partner, capable of actively assisting users with real time, complex tasks beyond traditional chatbot functionality. The integration of real time web search capabilities in Anthropic Claude significantly impacts humanities scholars by enhancing researchers' ability to access timely, transparent, and interdisciplinary information. Claude's direct citations facilitate critical evaluation of sources, essential in humanities research, while its intuitive conversational interface expands participation in digital humanities methods. Educators can dynamically incorporate contemporary issues into their teaching, deepening student engagement and promoting critical thinking. However, this advancement also highlights the necessity for greater emphasis on digital literacy and ethical considerations, urging scholars and students alike to thoughtfully navigate AI mediated knowledge production. Ultimately, Claude's web search capability promises to transform workflows in the humanities, positioning the AI as an active partner rather than merely a passive tool. Meanwhile, Microsoft is not sitting still. It is developing its own advanced AI models, a notable twist given its deep partnership with OpenAI. Microsoft has been working on an in house reasoning model that could rival OpenAI's systems, potentially using or even selling these models independently. In fact, Microsoft AI division, led by Mustafa Suleyman, a co founder of DeepMind, has trained a family of models internally called MAI that perform nearly as well as leading models from OpenAI and Anthropic on key benchmarks. These models incorporate chain of thought reasoning techniques to solve complex problems step by step. Microsoft's strategy appears to be driven by a desire to replace dependence on OpenAI's technology and cut costs for services like its 365 Copilot suite. While Microsoft remains a top backer of OpenAI, the emerging frenemy situation signals that its future might include a diversified set of AI options, potentially even offering its models via Azure. The strategic rift suggests that even close partners in the AI space may eventually compete directly, offering businesses a wider range of AI model choices. The dynamics between Microsoft and OpenAI offer fertile ground for exploring themes of corporate power, innovation, and dependency. For the humanities, this is an opportunity to analyze how technological alliances and their eventual fractures redefine control over knowledge production and influence cultural narratives about progress. Microsoft's development of proprietary AI reasoning models offers significant potential for the humanities by providing scholars and educators access to more customized and cost effective AI tools that integrate seamlessly with popular software such as Microsoft 365. These tools can enhance textual analysis, language translation, data visualization, and digital humanities research, making advanced AI-driven methodologies more accessible and practical. At the same time, Microsoft's new AI efforts underscore the importance of continued ethical inquiry, compelling humanities scholars to critically examine issues of bias, representation, and the broader social and cultural impacts of integrating AI into humanistic study and education. Microsoft's development of its own advanced AI models, despite its deep investment in OpenAI, underscores the shifting landscape of corporate power in the AI ecosystem, an area rich with implications for the humanities. As tech giants diversify to compete to control foundational AI infrastructure, questions arise about who gets to shape the tools that increasingly mediate knowledge, communication, and culture. This frenemy dynamic reveals the fragile alliances and economic interests driving AI innovation, offering humanities scholars a lens through which to examine narratives of progress, dependency, and control. Microsoft's development of proprietary AI reasoning models offers significant potential for the humanities by providing scholars and educators access to more customized and cost effective AI tools that integrate seamlessly with popular software models such as Microsoft 365. At the same time, these tools can enhance textual analysis, language translation, data visualization, and digital humanities research, making advanced AI driven methodologies more accessible and practical. The rise of competing proprietary models also highlights the growing commodification of reasoning itself, framed as a benchmarked, monetizable function, raising concerns about how such developments might constrain pluralism in thought and expression. For the humanities, it's crucial to remain engaged in these shifts, not only to critique them, but to advocate for open, ethical, and culturally sensitive approaches to the technologies that will shape our intellectual futures. Microsoft has rolled out significant updates to its Copilot platform. Notably, free users now have unlimited access to its voice features, and an enhanced Think Deeper mode has been introduced, powered by OpenAI's O1 model, enabling more complex, hands free interactions in apps like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. These updates are designed to boost productivity and make AI assistants more accessible across the board. The enhancements demonstrate Microsoft's commitment to integrating AI deeply into daily workflows, providing both ease of use and advanced functionality. This development significantly impacts the humanities by providing scholars, educators, and students with unrestricted access to advanced AI tools. The Think Deeper feature enables Copilot to engage in more nuanced analyses, facilitating complex textual interpretations, philosophical inquiries, and comprehensive research endeavors. The integration of unlimited voice interactions allows for more natural and dynamic engagements with AI, enhancing language learning, oral history projects, and interactive educational experiences. By democratizing access to these sophisticated AI capabilities, Microsoft empowers the humanities community to incorporate AI driven methodologies into their work, fostering innovation and expanding the horizons of humanistic study. Moving on to news from Meta. The company plans to launch a standalone app for its AI chatbot in the second quarter of this year, expanding beyond its current integrations within Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp. This move positions Meta alongside other AI platforms like OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, and Microsoft's Copilot. The standalone app aims to reach users outside Meta's existing platforms, offering capabilities such as answering questions, generating images, and editing photos. Recent enhancements include the ability to utilize memory for improved recommendations. CEO Mark Zuckerberg has announced plans to invest up to $65 billion to advance Meta's AI initiatives, with an AI focused event scheduled for April 29th. This move aims to capture users who steer clear of traditional social networks while enabling more focused, customizable experiences. The standalone app is expected to offer premium features and personalized services that align with Zuckerberg's vision of a leading AI assistant reaching over 1 billion people. A dedicated AI app could extend Meta's influence beyond social media, tapping into new user demographics and creating novel revenue streams. Meta's plan to launch this app marks a significant expansion of its influence beyond social media, but it also raises important implications for the humanities. The Chatbot app offers important opportunities for the humanities by increasing accessibility to advanced AI features, such as image generation, creative editing, and personalized recommendations. This expansion supports innovative artistic and scholarly projects, interactive educational experiences, and tailored learning approaches. By positioning its AI assistant as a personalized, memory enhanced tool capable of generating text and images, Meta not only is entering direct competition with other AI giants, but it's also reshaping how users engage with information, creativity, and identity. For humanities scholars, this development calls for critical inquiry into memory, personalization, and algorithmic curation, and how they're being operationalized by corporate AI, potentially reinforcing echo chambers, commodifying user data, and narrowing the range of cultural and aesthetic experiences. As the line between social media and AI driven content creation blurs, questions of authorship, agency, and representation become ever more urgent. The humanities have a vital role to play in interrogating how such technologies mediate our understanding of self and society, and in advocating for inclusive ethical frameworks that resist the homogenization of digital culture under platform driven AI. In the audio space, 11 Labs is raising the bar. 11 Labs, a leader in text to speech technology, has introduced Scribe, a standalone speech to text model supporting over 99 languages. Scribe boasts a 97% accuracy rate for English, and features such as smart speaker deorization, word level timestamps, and automatic tagging of sound events. Initially available for pre recorded audio, it will soon offer low latency real time transcription, opening up new possibilities for live broadcasts and accessibility. Scribe represents a leap forward in automated transcription, promising enhanced accuracy and functionality across a multitude of languages. Beyond its already impressive transcription capabilities, 11 Labs Scribe holds deeper potential for transforming humanities research and pedagogy. By enabling seamless, high accuracy transcription across more than 99 languages, Scribe could fundamentally reshape how scholars preserve, analyze, and disseminate oral traditions, multilingual archives, and embodied knowledge, especially in fields like anthropology, ethnomusicology, and indigenous studies. Its ability to tag nonverbal sound events opens up new methods for studying rhythm, tone, silence, and environmental soundscapes, critical elements in performance studies, sound studies, and oral narrative forms. Furthermore, as Scribe moves to real time transcription, it could foster multilingual classrooms and collaborate in collaborative research environments where diverse linguistic knowledge is not a barrier, but a bridge. Importantly, the tool's development invites humanities scholars to engage with ethical questions around surveillance, consent, and voice data, ensuring that technological advancement respects cultural sovereignty and preserves the nuances of lived human experience. Speaking of realism, one AI bot is getting unsettlingly close to human conversation. Sesame has debuted its new AI chatbot, Maya, which is drawing attention for its ability to mimic human conversation with uncanny realism. Maya is designed to deliver low latency, natural responses that feel remarkably human, but early feedback indicates that it sometimes struggles with factual recall and may include extraneous quips. Despite mixed reviews, Maya has impressed many with its emotional nuances and conversational flow. Therefore, Maya represents a significant step toward overcoming the uncanny valley in conversational AI, even if it's not yet perfect. Sesame's chatbot, with its emotionally nuanced, low latency conversational style, marks a significant step in bridging this valley and invites fresh engagement from humanities scholars. Beyond simulating natural speech, Maya challenges long held notions of authenticity, presence, and affect in human communication, core concerns in philosophy, linguistics, and literary studies. Its emotional realism provokes questions about how machines can or should replicate empathy, and what cultural scripts are being encoded into AI to approximate human connection. For scholars of performance, rhetoric, and digital storytelling, Maya becomes a tool and a subject of inquiry. How is language stylized? How are identities performed? And what happens when intimacy is synthesized? At the same time, Maya's flaws, its factual inaccuracy, and tendency to over personalize highlight the tension between emotional resonance and epistemic reliability, an ethical gray area that the humanities are uniquely suited to critique. China is entering the autonomous agent arena with a powerful new contender, Manus AI, a new autonomous agent developed by a little known startup in China. Manus is potentially one of the first fully autonomous AI agents capable of planning and executing multi step tasks with minimal human input. In early testing, Manus has delivered impressive performance on real world problem benchmarks, reportedly outperforming OpenAI's own deep research agent and other top models on the Gaia evaluation. This means Manus solved complex tasks more effectively than some state of the art systems, catching the attention of the global AI community. Some commentators have even referred to it as China's second DeepSeek moment, recalling an earlier breakthrough that startled Western tech firms. However, a note of realism was interjected. Manus is currently in private beta and invite only, so only a limited number of people have tried it so far. While its autonomy and ability to control tools like a web browser and file system are impressive, similar ideas exist in other agents. The key difference is Manus's integration of multiple functions into a single, fully autonomous system. Manus AI demonstrates rapid progress in autonomous agents and may spark global competition, though its real world performance remains to be fully tested. The emergence of Manus AI has profound implications for the humanities, particularly in how we understand agency, labor, and the global dynamics of technological innovation. Manus's ability to independently plan and execute complex, multi-step tasks without human intervention forces a reconsideration of what constitutes authorship, intention, and creativity, concepts central to humanistic inquiry. Its integration of multiple functions into a single system also gestures toward a future in which autonomous agents may carry out research, curation, or even pedagogical tasks traditionally performed by scholars or educators. For fields like critical theory, postcolonial studies, and science and technology studies, Manus invites urgent reflection on the geopolitical stakes of AI development, how national narratives, resource control, and techno sovereignty shape global competition. As a potential counterpart to Western systems like OpenAI's agents, Manus also opens space for analyzing cultural differences in AI design, goals, and ethics. Ultimately, it challenges the humanities to critically engage with autonomy not just as a technological feature, but as a philosophical and political concept with wide ranging implications. But US officials aren't welcoming every new model equally. The US Department of Commerce has recently prohibited the use of China's AI model DeepSeek on government issued devices, citing concerns over data security and potential risks to sensitive information. This action aligns with similar bans by various US states and legislative efforts to restrict DeepSeek's access within government systems. The US Department's Commerce ban on DeepSeek for government devices highlights a growing intersection between AI, geopolitics, and ethical governance, an area of deep relevance to the humanities. For scholars and educators, this move underscores the urgent need to critically assess the provenance, data handling, and ownership of AI tools that integrate into research and teaching. It raises essential questions about academic freedom, surveillance, and digital sovereignty, particularly in an era where educational institutions increasingly rely on third party technologies. The ban also invites deeper reflection on how national security frameworks intersect with global knowledge production and cultural exchange. Humanities disciplines, with their emphasis on context, ethics, and the consequences of power, are uniquely positioned to unpack these tensions, offering frameworks to navigate the ethical dilemmas of AI use while advocating for transparent, equitable, and accountable technological adoption in academic settings. Moving on to a technology most are familiar with since the pandemic, Zoom has introduced several new features to enhance user experience, such as the AI companion enhancements. The AI companion can now autonomously perform tasks such as scheduling follow up meetings, generating documents, and creating video clips. These features are accessible through a new Tasks tab in Zoom Workspace. Additionally, a voice recorder for the Zoom Workspace mobile app will record, transcribe, and summarize in person meetings, and Live Notes will provide real time summaries during meetings and calls. Regarding Zoom Docs and Zoom Drive, Zoom Docs now offers advanced AI capabilities, assisting users in creating writing plans, searching internal and external information, and organizing content into data tables. Zoom Drive serves as a central repository for meeting and productivity assets, streamlining access across Zoom Workplace. Workspace reservation with AI assistance is also now available. The AI companion for workspace reservation informs in office workers about colleagues' schedules, recommends optimal office days based on meetings, and can proactively book desks or Zoom rooms. There are also user interface updates. Zoom Rooms have received an updated user interface with redesigned icons and new color themes, enhancing visual appeal and user experience. So these advancements offer significant benefits for us in the humanities. Enhanced collaboration is one. AI-driven scheduling and document generation streamline administrative tasks, allowing scholars to focus on more research and teaching. Improved accessibility. Features like real-time transcription and summarization make content more accessible to individuals with hearing impairments, promoting inclusivity in academic settings. Efficient resource management. AI-assisted workspace reservations optimize in-person collaborations, facilitating dynamic interaction among humanities professionals. Modernized learning environments. The updated user interface and integrated AI tools provide a more engaging and efficient platform for virtual classrooms and seminars, enriching the educational experience. Overall, Zoom's new features can significantly enhance productivity, accessibility, and collaboration within the humanities, fostering a more connected and efficient academic community. Reflecting on today's extensive survey of AI developments, several pivotal trends emerge, each carrying significant implications and opportunities for the humanities. First, we could talk about the commercialization and commodification of intellectual labor, illustrated vividly by OpenAI's premium AI agents, which signals both challenges and possibilities. While there are significant concerns about deepening inequities and exclusivity within knowledge production, these technologies also present unique opportunities to rethink labor dynamics, allowing humanities scholars to engage deeply in discussions about fair recognition, intellectual property, and equitable access to advanced technological resources. Second is the increasing sophistication of AI models such as GPT 4.5, Claude Sonnet, Gemini 2.5, and OpenAI Sora video generation and advanced image generation capabilities, which profoundly impact traditional conceptions of authorship, creativity, and authenticity. Although these developments demand rigorous scrutiny and transparent ethical frameworks to preserve human creativity, they simultaneously open unprecedented possibilities for interdisciplinary collaboration, experimentation, and narrative and visual storytelling, and innovative pedagogical practices. Thirdly, the intensifying geopolitical competition exemplified by China's Manus AI and US restrictions highlights the urgent need for humanities scholars to critically address the global implications of AI technologies. While the potential for digital sovereignty and surveillance remains concerning, these dynamics also encourage a critical exploration of cultural diplomacy, global digital ethics, and opportunities for international collaboration in technological and humanistic innovation. Fourthly, the widespread integration of AI into everyday tools by Zoom, Google, Microsoft, and 11 Labs presents both risks and benefits. While concerns about homogenizing thought and reducing linguistic diversity are valid, these technologies also significantly enhance accessibility, facilitate greater inclusivity, and offer innovative platforms for active, dynamic, and critical engagement with information. Humanities scholars can leverage these tools to democratize knowledge, foster interdisciplinary dialogue, and develop robust digital literacies. Finally, the rise of corporate control and proprietary AI infrastructures signals challenges to openness and diversity, but simultaneously offers possibilities for advocacy and collaboration. Humanities scholars must engage actively with these developments, advocating for ethical standards, transparency, and policies that promote pluralism, diversity, and democratic access to technology and information. Taken together, these trends underscore a critical mandate for humanities scholars to not merely respond to technological developments, but to proactively influence their trajectory. Through vigilant critique, ethical guidance, and active advocacy, the humanities can ensure that AI technologies enrich rather than diminish human dignity, creativity, and cultural diversity. Thank you for joining me in this critical exploration. If you found our conversation insightful, please like, subscribe, and share. I'm Megan McInnes Dominguez, and this has been News in AI for the Humanities. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and continue to question and shape how AI informs the humanities.
OpenAI, price is high, agents working overtime. GPT, Claude, Gemini, reshaping what's yours and mine. Manus AI, China's move, global tension in the air. Humanists, we're tuning in, gotta question, gotta care. Ethics in action, the moment is now. Creativity soaring, but asking us how can we guide all these tools, steer the AI flow. Humanity's calling, so let's start the show. We're shaping tomorrow with voices clear and strong. Tech and culture dancing to a brand new song. Critiquing and creating, together we belong. AI for the humanities, where ethics moves along. Sora painting videos, GPT-4o sees the light. Digital storytelling, turning vision into sight. 11 Labs, here's our voice, Tune knows what we need to say. Critical and curious, leading knowledge every day. Power shifting quickly, what role will we play? Equity access, can we find a way? Interrogate and advocate, scholars set the stage, turning every digital page. We're shaping tomorrow with voices clear and strong. Tech and culture dancing to a brand new song. Critiquing and creating, together we belong. AI for the humanities, where ethics moves along. Not just passive observers, we're active creators, influencers, human dignity at the center stage. Diversity, humanity, we engage. Together, ensuring the future stays bright. Where tech lifts us all into shared insight. We're shaping tomorrow with voices clear and strong. Tech and culture dancing to a brand new song. Critiquing and creating, together we belong. AI for the humanities, where ethics moves along. Stay curious, stay critical, together we'll define.